All right, for Real Agriculture, I'm Kelvin Hepner, and pleased to be joined now by Rick Rutherford, farmer here just outside of Grosse Isle, Manitoba, northwest of Winnipeg. And Rick, your farm is host to the EMILI project. It's known as Innovation Farms. Can you fill us in on what this means? I think people are seeing it happen, but are trying to, at least I know I'm trying to understand what the project is all about here.
Actually, the EMILI group has been working on our farm for 3 years. They had the vision to, I guess, for not a better term, they had a vision of a smart farm in Manitoba. Mm-hmm. And they liked their term was the innovation farm. So we had discussed a bit about it, and they had the vision that they were going to have this farm, and if they had 1,500 acres where they could work on new projects that were coming down it. And after the discussion, we kind of led into the way, and our team here thought that really what we really needed was, for all the new technologies that were coming out, we wanted it to be able to be proven on a commercial basis. So that's why the term comes from them. One of their buzzwords was, the 5,500 or 6,000 acre innovation farm. Well, it was really our idea was to push it there. If the thing can't work on a commercial farm, why are we beating ourselves down that path? So the EMILI model is to take new innovation technologies, do it on a smaller scale, and if we like the idea and spot there could be some sustainability in it, we'd move it to the large bases and the large farm. And with the technology we have here, we can prove or truth a lot of the technologies that are coming down the pipe.
Do you have an idea of how many different companies or partners or technologies are currently being examined here?
It depends at what level. If you look at what the EMILI group is doing on their, I guess you say they're bringing the new technologies, and a lot of it, EMILI is different from other smart farms. They're actually an accelerator. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the model, it's different from Olds. They are having new technology people bringing stuff to them. And a lot of this stuff, some of it we can't even talk about it because it's in proprietary type of things, but they're looking at some of this technology that it's coming down to it. And I think they're part of the Pan-Pacific team, and I think one of the goals there is not to duplicate so much stuff. If there's application, sure, it looks good, but like EMILI itself even has a capital enablement fund. So for startups that they look at it, it has some bases in it, they want to be able to help them with funding to bring it to the next level. But then, as I say, it works through it, and we've tested stuff with our technology years in, year out. To answer the question, we're actually doing things on our own that's not even in within EMILI, and that's because of our seed background. We look at new seed varieties, we look at crop types. Like one we're playing with on the farm basis this year is winter camelina, where the EMILI group is probably going to dovetail on it because they see the innovation behind it. So a lot of this stuff, we actually bring ideas together to somewhat look at it, that some stuff we will be doing here and some stuff that the EMILI group will be doing, and we talk about it and then say, like, where are we going to go to? And as I say, this is the first year we've went on a more of a broader scale. So we'll look at ideas and bring through it, but really the end goal is to bring products to the marketplace that's got sustainability and adds value to farms, no matter what it is, if it's nutrient management or what have you. And I think that's our goal, is even our seed business that we run, we've always said that our success is driven by our customer success. And if we can't give them success things, that's not really what we're interested in.
Yeah. If I put my farmer hat on, though, Rick, I think I like it if things are simple on the farm, if I don't have too many salespeople visiting, I don't have too many outsiders on the farm, and I just like to get my work done and stuff like that. What's your response to that type of perspective that maybe other farmers share? And you obviously have a different point of view on that.
Well, we're looking for the next best thing that's going to be sustainable on our farm. And as running our retail business, if we have ideas that we can bring to our customers, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a leg up on our competition, no different than any other agribusiness. So that's one of our first initial things on it. And we have a term we refer to, if we look at a new technology, does it fit the criteria, easy button? So we're talking to an easy button farmer here that likes easy things. So reality is how do we move, or how do we help the guys with some of this technology? Is it too complicated to check the easy button theme? And we don't begrudge that. It's just a natural thing that we deal with. So, and that's part of what we debunk, is if it's low-hanging fruit and our easy button farmers like it. That's another thing it checks as our box too. And hopefully that we can save some pain and issue with some of the people, with some of the new technologies that are coming up, that we can just say, yeah, we don't see that there's any long-term benefit to that, and we can help our customer with that. I think that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, comes back to that gap between what's happening in the research world and what's happening in the practical, in the field world.
And that's our goal of the Innovation Farm, is trying to meld that together a bit. And it'll be interesting as we go on here. One of the things, as we were not negotiating but talking about it, as we've said, is some of the stuff that you're bringing to the table, and some of it, there's a ton of government investment in it, we think may not be practical, or it has no commercial viability. And one of the things that we kind of maintained so far, we'll see how it goes, that we could call some of this stuff out. And some of this stuff has got a lot of government funding. And if it's got no commercial really viability or sustainability, why is this Smart Barn or Innovation Farm would we want to promote it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting as we go forward, because as you know, there's a ton of products on the biological side that's coming down the type. And as I say, we've got two folders in our office. One of it's the snake oil one, and the one at work, and the one of the snake oil is pretty thick right now. But again, that's what we hope to do, is try to debunk some of this stuff for our customers.
All right. Both in terms of crop inputs like that, but also machinery and tech and all kinds of things.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly. And reality is we do use our equipment to truth a lot of stuff. Is it complicated? The technology is there, so we tell a lot of our customers, or try to promote our customers, yes, it's there, and this is what you can get out of it. And I think as we move forward, we see a lot of things starting to happen, even in the carbon market. If you look at carbon offsets, have been the big buzz for years and years. We don't think they're sustainable. But if we can get paid for the insets or the things that we put into our land in an environmental friendly way, that's where it's moving to, and that's where this technology really comes into it. We have full data set in all our acres that we farm for 10 years, and they're starting to see quite a value in that. We haven't shared it in the past very liberally, but for research purposes, we've actually shared it, because in a lot of cases it's used blindly, but in the end of the day there is benefit in that data. And I think that's where you'll see technology and the move from people that have the technology from the easy side more into it. Because let's be honest here, if you were to receive 75 cents a bushel for every bushel of grain that you sold on your farm, because you can prove what you put into your crop, I think it would change the look at it. Because, you start taking that, it could be $50 or $60 an acre over thousands of acres. Really, this stuff really starts playing at home. And I think that's what you will see, or that's one of our visions, as we say, is how it's going to develop over the future, is on the inset side of things.
Yeah, cool. It's fascinating, and I know we could talk about this stuff for a long time, Rick, but I did see your combine, one of your combines, head down the road before, so...
That was a neighbor.
Oh, it was a neighbor? Oh, I thought it was one of yours.
Well, it was funny, actually, because the neighbor pulled in here with his pickup, and the guys jumped out of it to use our moisture tester. So I guess we've already harvested a bunch of crop here already. So, and it's interesting here. The moisture is so variable. Mm-hmm. Right at our home farm here, we've said 6.5 inches. Most of our combining has been done at a farm north of here. It's only 3 miles, and it only received 3 inches. Mm-hmm. So there's a wide variety of crop conditions even in our backyard here. But we look at our canola, soybeans, and corn is more in the wetter area here, and a lot of it looks fairly sharp. So that's our crop report, that the thunderstorm lottery is what you got.
Exactly. No. Thank you, though, for your time today, Rick, and thanks for the opportunity to visit your farm today.
I appreciate it.